if you look what kind of numbers new altcoins pull off, then you might want to look into getting into new altcoins. This is the list of new altcoins that were released through launchpads or through CEXs or whatever, and the number of like 40,000x, 30,000x, 15,000. People talk about 100x's, but there are actually thousands of x's being made, and it's not just one. There's a complete list with these kind of numbers, and even if you look at 50, then the lowest number that was pulled off is a 290x. So putting in $100 could already be quite life-changing if you are into the right altcoins. Now, of course, it's a risky place, right? Because there are new altcoins being released every day. So you don't know, like, okay, is this a good one? Is this a good one? If you do not research it well. So in this video, I'd like to show 5 altcoins that are about to release, which I think are pretty interesting to look at. Because if you do look at the market, we are now in the stage right before the halving. And usually right before the halving is when the best altcoins get released. Here in this cycle right here, the best altcoins came out in this period and even later in the cycle. So we should keep our eyes open to new projects that hit the market right now, because they can really surprise you, as there's a lot of money now finally in the market, right? So people have liquidity to put it into something new. So I want to go over 5 complete random altcoins, well, random for you, but 5 altcoins that I think, wow, they could do pretty well if they release. The first one is Aether Games, if that's how you pronounce it. I love this one, man. I feel the hype. Sometimes you are looking at a project and you notice, like, hey, man, people are, talking about this one. You just feel that there is a lot of hype. Now, I have the feeling with Aether Games, for sure. This is, again, it goes for every coin that I mentioned today. It's not released yet, okay? So you can be early. They are going to release on a couple of launchpads like Bullperks, AI TechPad, Razorfi, Avalanche, Synapse Network, Moonstarter, Spores, TrustPad, TrustSwap. Like, what the hell? They had the strategic sale on DexJack. They had a lot of seed rounds, and they raised quite some money right here. Now, that's important, of course, right? Because they need funds to build product, to do marketing, to add liquidity, to maybe do some CEX listings, right? So in my opinion, the more they raise, the better. Aether Games is a gaming studio. That's why I put it in this list, because I love gaming studios. I think that's the niche that's going to win most. If you look at Gala, for example, it had like a $6 billion market cap. Well, I don't feel like Gala was worth 6 billion, if you know what I mean. A lot of these projects, they release under $1 million, right? So yeah, if you compare it to Gala, hey, it could do a 6,000x, right? Like, yeah, it could. I don't want to throw these kind of numbers, but the potential for these great gaming projects is definitely there. So how, what, where to participate in these sales? Go to the Twitter and do check it out for yourself. Keep your eyes on it. I always follow these projects, so I know that once they have some information coming out, I'll be the first to know. So they already have a trading card game, which is playable on the Epic Game Store. So it's not a full of shit project, right? A lot of projects say like, yeah, we're gonna do this. Now, first need some money. Yeah, no, they are already working. That's what I like so much. So in Aether Games, the company, it's a game development studio that creates high-end games within the crypto and true asset ownership realm. All games published by Aether Games are coherent and built in the same franchise and metaverse. I think this is a really interesting one. These gaming studios, you have a Gala, you have a Myria, you have there's so much these days, right? Playable was a big hype. But it's more than just hype. They have product, right? They have product. I love what they do. We I'll make videos if it's requested later more about this specific project or any other ones that I mentioned right now, to go over the tokenomics and this and that, so you really have an understanding of what you might be investing in. In this video, I just want to bring these projects on your radar in the first instance, so you can just do your research on it and you have some new projects to look out for. But I think that this is a really interesting one. Octavia, also one of the niches with not just a huge hype, but something I think could really be interesting for the future of crypto, which is AI. And I'll explain to you why. Octavia, they will have their IDO coming up as well, the 15th of February. So still there is a lot of time, right? This is not a typical video where you hear influencers talk about coins you should buy so that they can dump it on you. I'm going to participate in these rounds as well. It still has to happen, right? I love this one. I really love this one. They are going to release on Pools Finance. They're going to release on Decubate. Love that launchpad as well. Love Pools. They on DexCheck as well, which is now ended. But again, that was a private sale, and they had their seed sale, of course. And they raised quite some money there as well. But there is still a chance to not miss out on the public sales for Octavia. Now, Octavia is, like I said, it's an AI project, and it's doing kind of what Delicium does as well. I talked a lot about Delicium. It's an AI assistant. Let's go a little bit over the website also for this project. If you want me, I can dive really deep into it. What I always do, also just go on it with a look like, hey, who's following them, right? Some big projects are following them. These launch pads are following them. Some VCs are following them. So I think that's really, really interesting, and they do it the right way, right? They always, you see that they have these huge giveaways to get the community right there, and they seem to have a really good hype. Not just because of the number of likes, but I see people really talk a lot about this. Oh yeah, and they're gonna release on Chain GPT, which I like as well. I think that there are some pretty cool allocations right there. Now, what could Octavia do, for example? Like they said right here. Buy me $500 in Bitcoin if you detect some good news. Sure, I'll monitor the news for you and buy in. This is the kind of stuff that can really make it big for you, right? Not just because it can buy Bitcoin for you so you don't miss out on any stupid wick or so. Like, yeah, you can, of course, place limit orders this way, which is awesome. But, and that's what Delicium is working on as well. Like, hey, there is the Manta airdrop. I don't know, just calling something. It's not anymore, but Manta airdrop coming up. Do what I need to do to qualify for the airdrop as much as possible. And then the bot does all these things for you. And you just get like, fuck yes. That's the first, that's still in theory, right? But the first project that pulls that off is going to be such a fucking big winner. All right, now Octavia is doing that as well. So I feel like, oh yeah, this is definitely something that I want to look at. So unlock the future of AI, AI-driven community moderation, 24/7 oversight and security, custom Octavia training, drastic expense reduction, and more. It is a really interesting one, and I like their website as well. It's the first on-chain AI because Octavia has access to the internet and the blockchain, so you can research and retrieve information about tokens, wallets, contracts, and more. Like I said, that's exactly what we need. So if you look at their partners, Gains Associates, project that I'm working with, Decubate, love them, Chain GPT, Finceptor, by the way, I'm also would really recommend looking at Finceptor because this is also a launchpad, but it's super low cap. It has a $2 million market cap, and you just have to hold the tokens to get an allocation, and not even much. Yeah, do check it out. Or Finceptor, mistake it. Do check it out. I'm confusing it with another one right now. I'm talking too fast. But interesting that they are also partnered with them. But also with GMX, which I think is pretty cool. And that's probably for placing the limit orders and all of that. Open Fabric project that just came out together with Solidus and DexCheck. It's beautiful to see that all these projects are now working together. And yeah, that's the strength of crypto right now. So the founder of Octavia was responsible for growing a platform to 3 million visitors per month and 2.6 billion of the app usage. We'll have to research one day which project that was. I want to find that out because, of course, everybody can put anything on the website, so you want to always fact check that. But damn, that's sweet. So Octavia is definitely one I should keep my eyes on if I were you. The next one is BRCStarter. If you're a little familiar with what's happening in crypto these days, you know exactly what it is if you hear the name. BRC is huge, big hype. You cannot go around that. Starter, launchpads, also biggest thing out there basically, right? Launchpads are finally coming back right now in the bear market. Nobody has the confidence like, yeah, I'm not going to invest in new projects. They suck anyway. And it's all not going up and this and that. And to be completely honest, that's fucked up because if you, let's say, bought Seedify, right, for 60 cents, 50, yeah, you would now be sitting on a 6x plus the excess that you were making by participating in their lunches, right? Now, if there is a specific launchpad for BRC projects, yeah, that could be definitely really interesting. And I have a very big interest to invest in this project. So I love to discuss this guy with you guys as well. Now, they're doing giveaways as well. $5,000 giveaway, which is like, it hypes it up, right? The website, BRCStarter.io. It's a BRC's 20-centric launchpad multi-chain platform. You have to remember that their own token is going to release on BEP20 first, right? So that's on the Binance Smart Chain. But I don't know. A dedicated launchpad, like there's already one, maybe even more. But there could always be one big winner, right? A dedicated launchpad for this is super interesting. Now, I can keep this short because I don't know about their tier system, etc. yet. So I don't know how much tokens you are going to need to participate in their lunches and what kind of tier you can get, right? But do check it out, okay? Keep your eyes on it. Put the bell notification on the Twitter, whatever, because these are the things that you look back later and be like, fuck, how did I miss this, right? I'm not saying that this is the project, but I have good conviction. And I don't know, it's at least good to research it. I'm not saying put your money in it as soon as it comes out, like with none of these, right? Or go fully into the IDO. Although IDOs usually have a refund policy, so it can't hurt. No. Yeah, the application is coming soon, of course. I don't know why I click it because, of course, it's not out yet. But at least research it because these are the kind of projects that can really surprise you pleasantly. What I like about BRCStarter specifically is also the token vesting. That's usually a problem, right? With these new launches, it takes very long vesting and everybody from everywhere is dumping on you. It's not that bad. If you look at the public sale, it's what I'm interested in buying. You get a 33% at TGE, so the project only has to do a 3x and you have your initial back already, right? While the valuation, the initial market cap, is probably excluding liquidity, is 250k. So that's 750k for a launchpad to already get your initial back. Yeah, name a couple of launchpads that are lower than that. I can really not think of any, right? And then after that you have to wait 1 month and you get it over the next 2 months. Same vesting schedule it looks like Games for a Living. For Games for a Living, this really worked out, right? The only one that's really competing with us are the private sale, right? 20% TGE, 1 month cliff, and then vesting over 8 months, right? They get a lot more tokens as well, so their allocation at over the last 8 months is basically just as big as over the 2 months that we have. But man, other than that, like 0 TGE, liquidity, yeah, that's not gonna dump on you. Team 0, marketing 0, advisors 0, developers 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? Fucking awesome. And the valuation at the IDO price, it's also like 3.7. It's like really low, like fully diluted. It's really low. So I love that. Next one on the list is different than what I usually talk about. blockchain infrastructure, right? But that matters. Otherwise, all these gaming projects have nothing to build on anyway. It's Interswap. Now, Interswap is it's if I call them a cross chain, they're gonna be mad at me if they will ever see this video. So I'm not gonna do that. But you can swap your tokens from one chain to another. Now, that's already there, right? Like, you have a lot of bridges. But bridges are fucking hackable, right? Bitch ass hackable bridge. Bridges are super hackable. They're super dangerous, and we need something else than that. And that's exactly what Interswap is building. Now, are there already competing projects? Probably. It's not my niche. But I don't see anything in the top 100 at least, right? Therefore, I feel like, hey, if I'm going to invest in anything out there, I'd rather do something completely new, which we can buy at the bottom. Now, therefore, it's Interswap. So far on CryptoRank, their IDO is only announced for Dicubate. Dicubate has... Do check out Dicubate. They're having a lot of interesting projects lately. Really cool. It might be somewhere else still, but for now this is the only thing that they have announced. The event date, 5th of March, right? We have time. We have the time. So it's an automatic market maker to swap any asset across any chain, built on and backed by Acceler network. Not a bridge. Like, don't you dare call us a bridge. Like, of course, yeah, you don't want to be called a bridge if the reputation there is like not so great, right? What I like this project is less interaction, right? More speculative. But under the radar, you have a lot of good projects, to be honest. Some projects, they don't focus on the hype and on the community yet. They rather build. And I'm definitely willing putting some eggs in that basket as well. Right? So do check out Interswap. Welcome to Interswap. No wrap, just swap. The first fully composable native asset cross-chain AMM with unified liquidity built on top of the Acceler network, Interswap enables secure, seamless swaps of native assets across chains with a single transaction without intermediary. There's my Dutchness. Chain, bridge, or asset. Very simple website right here, basically, but it's about the app, which you are going to use eventually. The advantages: open cross-chain makers, markets. I was thinking like what I'm saying right here. Open cross-chain markets. Interswap is a permissionless automated market maker. Anyone can create a cross-chain pool with any native or ERC20 typed tokens. I'm not going to read it all to you, but security, autonomous, no intermediaries, again that word, multi-asset pools, cross-chain smart routing, and chain agnostic. I think this is interesting. It's integrated with Arbitrum, Avalanche, Ethereum, Moonriver, is it Moonbeam or Moonriver? Moonriver, I think. I don't know. Optimism and Matic. So, I don't know. I kind of like this. If you go to the app, now in testing phase, but you see, super simple. Choose your network, Ethereum, you want to send it to Avalanche, done. Right? Now, I do want to do some research because, for example, Stargate, it's one that I'm using a lot. You can also do this, right? But Stargate is a bridge, right? This is not a bridge. So if I can make something out of it as far as my knowledge goes when it comes to this niche, you can say it's like Stargate, but they aim to make it safer. And that's good. The last one on my list, in my opinion, huge gem. This is Blocklords. Blocklords sounds like crypto gaming. Yeah, it is. It's crypto gaming. Blocklords, it's on the Epic Games Store, which is already a good move. Again, it's not a full of shit project. They know what they're doing. They build first. They have quite the followers, right? They have big YouTubers, big other projects that follow them. A lot of right eyes on them. Elliot Trades, for example, big influencers. Animoca brands, because they partner with Animoca brands. Like everybody that's that can control this space for as far as you can, they follow them, right? This could have a big impact. And it is definitely not that there is no use case for the token, because they already have 40,000 downloads. That's a buttload. They have a very, if you go to the Twitter, you can see the video. You have a lot of information, statistics, about the gameplay. Only this video should be enough to make the white village on the project. So if we can invest in this project, hey, I mean, if there are already that many downloads, I'm quite sure that there are already quite some people probably that want to use that token in the game. Now, what I also like, their website is awesome. Look at their website. It's really awesome. I just opened it, and you first get to see a movie. But I don't know, maybe if I do a hard refresh or anything. Too bad. Yeah, here. You first get to see the movie, the cinematic trailer basically, and then the website becomes so freaking interactive. And then you have the website. It looks beautiful. They have their articles out there, of course, but their partners as well. The gameplay looks fantastic, by the way. This looks like really addictive way of playing, and this is actually something that I would play. It looks very good for gamers, by gamers. You can tell, right? You can tell. It's really cool. If you look at the partners, there's quite a lot of them, right? And not the smallest ones. Like I said, Animoca Brands, Polygon, Immutable X, W Ventures, like there's quite some good stuff. And also the smaller ones that you might know, Avocado DAO, let me see, Yield Guild Games, right? Like crazy, man, crazy. I love what they are doing. When it comes to that token, I am not like also just follow them, right? So you can eventually find out where they are going to do their IDO, because I don't know yet. I don't think they have made that public yet. So in that case, you want to follow them on Twitter. You want to stay in touch, because I don't know, man. This might be one that you do not want to miss. So when it comes to the tokenomics and all of that, I don't know yet. I have no idea if they gave that information in the first place. Also, they're very much about play the game, right? And of course, because if the game is good, people will want to have the token. So that's their priority. And I can really appreciate projects that put that as a priority. However, they have a white paper right here, so it should be somewhere in here. Economy, I guess. Also very much, very much about the game. We'll come back to that in another video. Maybe don't even have it yet. I'm not quite sure. I have to take a good look into this. So, but it's really about the game. And I applaud them for that. So that's number 5 on the list. Now, like I have like 5 more, but you know the video already takes 22 minutes. If you want me to make a part 2 with 5 different projects that are still about to release, let me know. I think I have 50. Like, there is so much good stuff coming out, and it's mainly crypto gaming. But I think that that's going to be the biggest asset class anyway. If you look at crypto gaming now, the market cap of crypto gaming in general, you know, it says 20 billion. I don't know why ICP is here, right? So let's make it 15. 15 billion. If we go down the list right here, 15 billion, what's the market cap of 15 billion? That's like between Cardano and Avalanche, right? So the crypto gaming overall is just as big as just one layer one. Yeah, I don't know, man. A lot of room to grow. So like the video if you like the video. If you subscribe to the channel, you won't miss out on anything, especially if you turn the bell notification on. There's a Patreon link in the description and in the pinned comments. I give all the information there first, exclusive videos, one-on-one calls, exclusive deals with some projects. Do check it out. Super interesting place to be. For now, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep, I think. I don't know. Crypto. I never sleep. I don't know. Bye.